Hello everyone and welcome back. We're here for race 2 of the evening from TGP. This one from China. This was my fastest lap. Just getting ready for that lap now. Trying to get a good exit onto that straight. Yeah, we settled 1:33.87 so far. And I knew that wasn't quick enough. As you can see, I was P8. I really wasn't happy with that. Just trying to find time in this first sector, which we sort of do lose a little bit. Try and hug that curb, and we really struggle for traction out of here, as you can see, just waiting to put that power down. And it was a long old wait. So yeah, we've lost a bit of time there. Coming through into sector 2 now, the S section, we've got this McLaren up ahead, who I don't think was on a lap, so it's sort of got in our way a little bit. It's down the man, I think that was on the inside, just getting out of the way in the Ferrari. But yeah, that McLaren, I'm not too sure if he was on a lap or not, but I was thinking, if he wants to stay ahead, give me a bit of slipstream down the straight, I definitely wouldn't mind that. But we're still not. It wasn't really a very good qualifying session overall for us. We just didn't have the pace. I think coming from Vietnam, and then 5 minutes later going onto a track like this, it was yeah, not the best. And that McLaren, then both the McLarens, both the Hoffner brothers, managing to slipstream each other. I was just trying to get a little bit, but yeah, it really wasn't worth it. Now you think about it. But yeah, we had the DRS coming down the straight, get past one of the McLarens, brake late. Yeah, we're just trying to hook that apex again as much as possible. We gain a good bit of time, but it definitely wasn't enough to get us anywhere near the front. Really, see, Matt does a 29.1. We were quite a bit off that in the end. I think we'd done 30 dead. So yeah, it was quite a bit off. I really wasn't happy with that. I'm pretty sure it was P6 in the end. Yeah, that wasn't our best, but Matt actually had a grid penalty for blocking a car coming out of the pit lane, which I don't really think was right. So we actually managed to start P5 just ahead of him. And after our battle no more than 10, 20 minutes before, I was definitely not over it. And here we go for lights out. We get a really good start. Managed to get past one and then two cars off the start, straight away up into P3. So that's already got a bit of a gap between myself and Matt. In the Renault in the mirrors you can see behind, he's trying to battle up ahead, and then we've got Phil and Corey. Phil, who actually started on pole, didn't get it obviously, but because of the grid penalty manages to hold it. We then try and go up the inside of Corey, which will turn to the outside, but yeah, we don't really get left that much room. I sort of had to back out, get pushed off a little bit. Wasn't too annoyed about that because it's just one of those lap one things. Yeah, so now we are P3. We've got Matt just behind us, Corey ahead, possibly the two fastest people I'd say in the league, so I was pretty happy that I was keeping up with Corey and was keeping Matt behind, even though it was early doors, just making sure that I could then get the slipstream down this straight and hopefully stay away from Matt trying to make a move. So yeah, we're going to go around the really long right hander. Compared to, I'd say, the fastest four in this race, I definitely wasn't as quick around here. You see Corey and Phil just seem to disappear. I don't know if they were using less wing than me or something like that, but yeah, I'd say on the limit of where the slipstream is. I'm gaining a little bit, but not that much. Matt's still behind. I'd go sort of into the middle of the track, decide it's not really worth it, go back onto that racing line. See Corey has just got past Phil up ahead, so I was hoping to try and get past Phil as well, but we move a little bit further on, DRS now. We actually managed to keep it, and at this point Matt had pitted at the start of this lap, so he was going for a new undercut, which sort of set me free a bit. I could focus more on the cars ahead than not just him behind. You got Phil and Corey up ahead battling, and this was when I actually come into the pits. As you can see, I was waiting for Corey to see what he did. He went in, and yeah, I had to brake a little bit for Phil just to make sure I didn't hit his back end. Obviously, if you don't stop for a car in front of you, chances are you're probably going to hit it, lose your front wing, get a penalty, whatnot else. So yeah, I just had to make sure I didn't hit him. I lifted a little bit, I think a bit of brake. Might have cost me a little bit of time, but now we're going to go on to the mediums for the last 10 laps, which should easily do it. In the 25, the tyres really don't wear off that much, and we get helped by Corey a little bit, which was pretty frustrating, because now we've got Knighton behind, who gained from that, and yeah, you see Matt has jumped both me and Corey. Chances are if he's jumped us two, he's going to also jump Phil, so that's probably the lead of the race for him, I think. And with us being held by Corey coming out the pits, we actually do drop out of the DRS as well, so I'm expecting Matt and Corey at this point to sort of disappear up the road a little bit. I was just making sure I could drop Pete behind from DRS, as we move on now to the end of lap 4. Coming up to the line, so at the moment Phil is in the pit lane. You see Matt sets that fastest lap, so we're going to jump a few places up here, and Phil just coming out ahead of us. So he did keep the position, but he's lost out to Corey and Matt, so he's now net P3, net P4 for myself, starting from what I think was P6 if I remember. Yeah, we really did make it work off the start. If anything, we had probably one of my best starts on this game. That's definitely something I struggle with. But yeah, we're keeping with Phil, 6 tenths. We set our fastest first sector. We've nearly dropped Pete out of the DRS. As you can see at this point, Pete actually lags out of the session, allowing us to have an even bigger gap to the racing point of Jack behind, 3.6. But yeah, we're just keeping ahead. So the Red Bull ahead, actually, I'm pretty sure he let Phil past. This Red Bull ahead started on the mediums after having a pretty bad qualifying. And as you can see up ahead, we've got a Mercedes in the barrier. It wasn't Corey, it was Northland's, and he is going to bring out the safety car, the only safety car in this race. And it sort of left us in a bad position because we can't pit for softs because we're going to lose. If no one else pits, we're going to come out in 15th, which is last. So it really wasn't worth it. The car ahead definitely gained off this because he was able, as you can see now, get off those mediums, put on some softs, and he should in theory be quite quick to the end now. Seeing as he's made his stop under the safety car, he's not going to have to make that time back up. He's going to be on softs to the end, which isn't going to be long, but he's going to definitely be able to maximise that soft pace as we now go to the safety car end. Corey going to get a good exit there. I was just making sure I don't spin up the rears or anything like that. I do a bit, not too much though, just trying to keep with Phil, who actually has a 3-second time penalty at this point. So yeah, my main aim was to just keep on within 3 seconds of Phil in order to actually get that time penalty. See, they're battling quite hard behind. But yeah, if they're going to battle behind, that's not too bad for us. Obviously then we can pull away from the racing point again. I think we had maximum of 3.6 before. So I was just making sure that I could drop him out of my slipstream, dropping out of DRS, so I don't come from any threat behind. But no, at this point our race was pretty dry. I was just aiming on getting on that podium with Phil having that 3-second time penalty. As we come on to the last lap now, I really wasn't too fussed. I was just making sure that I could stick within it, and we do end up doing that. 2.1. Corey actually also had a penalty, so Matt takes the win. We come home in P3, and we could have had Corey. I didn't know. I had no way of knowing if he had the penalty. I just needed 5 tenths. But yeah, I really wasn't too fussed about that. I managed to get the podium, P6 to P3, I think it was, overall. So yeah, it was 2 in 2 in one evening. That then put us up to second in the championship as well. A good handful of points for Williams as well in the constructors. That was a decent race for us all in all. And really a decent evening as well. But yeah, that brings us to the end of that one. If you did enjoy this video, please do give us a little like down below, click that red button. Still don't know what that red button does like, but apparently it helps. We're going to have an ACC video tomorrow, followed by Jacko Car, which is the same sort of league, on F1 on the following day. So yeah, thank you for watching, and goodbye.